Hello, students, parents, planet Earth, now that we worldwide. So, here's another set of notes. These notes will cover weather and climate. Like I said before, I've already said, whenever you're looking at this, especially for the first time, I want you to view it all the way through in its entirety. Then rewind it or replay it, then take notes on it. That's for all my students who missed a day because they were sick. For students who want to review, I want you to watch it all the way through first before you go back and jot down some additional notes. Here we go. We started off in class with a very simple question. In your own words, what is the difference between weather and climate? Some students could answer, some students couldn't. Simply, weather is short term, whereas climate is long term. Weather is what's going on from day to day. It's a short period of time. Climate, however, is a pattern of weather over a long period of time. You're talking about 30 years where the weather every day, every week, every month, every year has been consistent for 30 years. If that's the case, that's that places or that area's climate. Weather is day to day, short period of time, short term. Climate is a pattern of weather over a long period of time, long term. Weather, short term. Climate, long term. Remember that. Let's talk about the definition of weather. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular time and place. Excuse me. Also, weather includes temperature, humidity, wind speed, and precipitation. The definition, the condition of the atmosphere or sky. Matter of fact, let's say it like that. I think that might make it way more visual. Weather, the condition of the sky at a particular time and place. Maybe you can see that, so you can look up at the sky and know, well, if it's raining, if it's hot, if it's cold, if it's snowing, that's the weather. What is my sky doing right now? Now we're talking about weather. And of course, weather includes temperature, humidity, wind speed, and precipitation. And precipitation is just rain, sleet, snow, or hail. H-A-I-L. See, I know how you think. Is Mr. Guest in there cussing? No, I'm not. I'm talking about hail, H-A-I-L. Precipitation. Precipitation, in other words, rain, sleet, snow, or hail. Talking about climate. Now, climate is an area's pattern of weather over a long period of time. Again, climate is long term. There's different climate types, including polar, tropical, arid, and arid just means dry, temperate, subarctic, desert, etc. Now, here in Little Rock, Arkansas is where we're located. Our climate type is temperate. Here in Arkansas is temperate. We have 4 distinct seasons, which makes us a temperate climate. It's not very, 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 very hot, and it don't get very, 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 very cold. It's somewhere in the middle, but there is a distinct difference between our seasons. Therefore, we're temperate. Our climate type here in Little Rock, Arkansas is temperate. Weather terms. Now, temperature. That's the simplest definition we're probably going to have all year long. Temperature, how hot or how cold something is. Temperature, the measure of how hot or cold an area is at a particular time. Now, you all know, I mean, you can take your body temperature, you can take the room temperature, but when we're talking about weather, we're talking about an area or how hot or cold is it outside. Next, thermometer, simple. It's what's used, it's the weather instrument used to measure temperature. Moving on, we have humidity, the amount of water vapor in the air. That has to do with our weather and our sky. How humid is it? How much water vapor is in the air? And we know when it's very humid, our clothes feel sticky, we get sweaty real easy because it's a lot of water vapor. A lot of water vapor in the air surrounding us. Now, this next definition is on the same page with humidity, but they don't have anything to do with each other. A barometer is a weather instrument used to measure air pressure. Don't think that a barometer measures humidity. A hygrometer measures humidity. A barometer just measures air pressure. How much weight does the air have right now? Got it? And air pressure is totally determined by temperature. A barometer is a weather instrument used to measure air pressure. Again, as pronounced barometer, not barometer, but barometer. Moving on. Even more weather instruments. We got anemometers and wind vanes. And an anemometer measures, look at the top, wind speed, which is the measure of how fast the wind is blowing. An anemometer, and that's how you pronounce it, anemometer measures wind speed. So, the definition, anemometer, a weather instrument used to measure wind speed. On the other hand, a wind vane has to do with wind, of course, but it measures the direction that the wind is blowing. Wind vane, a weather instrument used to measure wind direction. Show you a picture of an anemometer. Matter of fact, too. So, those little cups, those cups are designed to catch the air. And right below the cups, you have a computer, a small computer, but a computer nonetheless, which calculates how fast those cups are spinning. So if the cup is spinning 10 miles per hour, the wind must be blowing 10 miles per hour. So you have an anemometer on your left, on the left side of the screen. You can see the wind's not blowing at all. So the computer will read 0 miles per hour because the cup's not moving. However, the anemometer on the right, who knows, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles per hour is moving very fast. So the computer would say, these cups are moving 50 miles per hour. Therefore, the wind must be blowing 50 miles per hour. Look at a wind vane. Now, that's the real old school with the chicken or the rooster on the roof of the barn or some country houses. But it just measures direction. It measures which direction the wind is blowing, So if the wind is blowing north, boom, the wind vane is going to point north. If it's blowing south, it's going to point south. A wind vane measures wind direction. And on the right side of the screen, there's a picture because in 2011, you can look and see that an anemometer and a wind vane, they pretty much are combined now. So if you go to a weather station or anywhere where they're measuring wind direction and wind speed, most of the time, the instrument will be combined. Young people, and that's what we need to know right now about weather and climate. We're going to talk more about air pressure. We're going to talk more about the wind and, of course, different types of storms. We got tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, so on and so on. We're going to go in depth to what causes tornadoes, what causes hurricanes, what causes thunderstorms, and different safety measures you have to take to protect yourself and your family. This is Mr. Guest, another Green Apple Productions. I'm out.